Last of the heat section here at the Karts Race of Champions 2019. We're back in the heavyweight category for Group D. Heats at number 3 next up. 13 drivers again on track for this one, starting in the reverse order of their second heats. And we have a driver going for a hat-trick in this one. Thomas Dowling will lead the field away in kart number 2 alongside Buzz Newman on the number 18. Then we've got Vinnie Young on number 8 and Chris Peabody on row 2. The third row, number 16, which is Ben Johnson and Robin Kassam on kart number 15. They make up row 3. The fourth row, number 11 of Mike Smith, not to be confused with the former touring car driver of the same name, and Luke Hornsby on number 9. James Burling on number 13 and the number 1 of Mark Bramford start on row 5. The sixth row is Lee Henderson on the number 10, Anwar Smith on number 14, and Bradley Philpott going for a hat-trick of wins starts on the back row on kart number 3 on his own. So watch for Bradley Philpott from the back of the grid here in the red crash helmet on kart number 3. It is Thomas Dowling on pole position, a Buckmore Kart Club driver alongside another Buckmore driver, Buzz Newman, on kart number 18 on the front of the grid. Bradley Philpott representing BRKC. Away we go then over 10 minutes of racing. We should get 12 laps of this, and it is Thomas Dowling who leads them into the first turn, being squeezed to the inside there onto the curb, the number 16 of Ben Johnson, and running wide, number 17 there, nearly going off altogether, Chris Peabody on the 17 kart. They funnel their way through the hairpins for the first time. There's number 15, Robin Kassam in the green and white, loses out there to 16 of Ben Johnson. Really jockeying for position in the early stages of this one, but it is Thomas Dowling who has the lead on kart number 2. The Buckmore Kart Club driver chased by big Buzz Newman in second place on kart 18. Third is the 16 of Johnson representing Club 73. A few karts bouncing over the curbs. Number 9 Luke Hornsby went very wide there, the Club 100 driver. Looks like they're all going to get round the first lap okay. Johnson chasing Newman for second place. Over the line they go, 15 on their tails. Robin Kassam, the Cov Kart Sports driver. Side by side for second place. Ben Johnson makes a move at Henry's up the inside into second place. It's going to be 3 wide for second place down into the hairpins up the inside. Robin Kassam on the 15 will take second, or will he? They bounce off each other down the short straight in a hairpin 2, and Johnson back up the inside. I think he went from second to third to fourth, then third to second in the space of that little straight between the hairpins there. Remarkable bit of racing between those three. Next in the order we've got the number 11, which is Mike Smith in the black and white suit. He's a Club 100 driver. Then Mark Bramford of Rugby Kart Club on number 1. Ooh, and the number 2 of Thomas Dowling nearly lost it there. Too quick out of paddock bend, and he's lost the lead to Ben Johnson. Through into second comes Robin Kassam. So number 1 is next in the order, Mark Bramford now. Thomas Dowling will be ruining that mistake. He's down to third place. The warning flag going out to number 9. That is Luke Hornsby. Side by side, the 14 and 8. 14 is Anwar Smith, number 8 Vinnie Young further back in the order. Here's the battle for the lead heading up towards hairpin 2. Robin Kassam trying to go round the outside. He won't make it round there. It's still Ben Johnson who leads the way on kart number 16. Third now is number 1 of Mark Bramford. He's ahead of Thomas Dowling as well. He'll be frustrated with himself, just gave it a bit too much power out of paddock bend last time through. Slid wide and allowed Ben Johnson and Robin Kassam to go through. Fifth behind them now is Mike Smith. Sixth, the 14 of Anwar Smith. Round Garda corner they come, then up towards the cafe. In this third heat of the day for Group D. Over the line they go. Still Ben Johnson, number 16, who holds the lead. Second place, number 15 of Robin Kassam. Under fire now from number 1. That's Mark Bramford running well now. We're all waiting to see whether Bradley Philpott can make his way through for a maximum score from his heats. He'll be the favourite going into the A final later on. There is the number 3 of Bradley Philpott, so he has made it a fair way up the order. Thomas Dowling is all over the place here, sliding about there. He's got Philpott behind him now, so it hasn't taken Bradley Philpott long to catch the leading group. He's up into around 7th place. I think that's 6th place, up the inside, straight through on the right-hander at Garda. Gets his head right down, going down the straights here. Through go the leader, the warning for contact going out to number 17 of Chris Peabody back in the pack. Philpott on the number 3. There's Peabody chasing the, I think it's number 18 of Buzz Newman he was battling with. Here comes the lead battle, and once again, the 16 of Johnson gets the line right through the hairpin. Robin Kassam not able to challenge, but the number 1 is Mark Bramford, and Kassam trying to go around the outside again as they come down the hill. They're side by side. Kassam leads. Robin Kassam takes the lead on the number 15, and the number 1's come through as well. Over the curbs goes the 16 of Ben Johnson. He's down to 3rd place now, and he's under fire from Mike Smith. Bash as they go into Garda there. Contact between the two of them. They've got Anwar Smith behind them on the 14. Then it's Bradley Philpott. Oh goodness me, they are all over each other here for the lead of this race. Robin Kassam leads Mark Bramford over the line. Ben Johnson hanging on to 3rd position. Trying to go up the outside now is the number 1 of Mark Bramford, and his frantic Heat 3 for Group D for the heavyweight drivers. Still Robin Kassam with the lead. Bradley Philpott on the tail of number 11 of Mike Smith now. Tries to make a move down to these sweepers. Still Kassam from Bramford. Then it's Johnson trying to win his lead back again. Slip and slide their way round up towards Garda. Here comes Philpott. He's going to make up another place. Goes straight through past number 11 of Mike Smith, who's fighting back as they come out of the left-hander. Who's it going to be as they come up over the line? There go the leaders. First 3 breaking clear. Sonically now trying to keep pace with them is the number 14 of Anwar Smith in 4th place. 3 nuts line astern. It's 15-1. 16. Ben Johnson attacks on hairpin 1, but it'll be on the wrong side as they exit it. Mark Bramford still there in 2nd place. It's behind him as they head down the straight there. Gauging whether he's clear to attack the 15 of Robin Kassam without risk of losing 2nd to Ben Johnson. 4 of them together now because Anwar Smith is hanging on in their coattails. 5th is Bradley Philpott up the inside. An attack there from the number 1 of Mark Bramford. Has he got the lead? Not quite, I don't think. They're side by side. Up over the line. Has Bramford got the advantage now as they head towards the start finish? Yes, he has. Anwar Smith up the outside, and Robin Kassam not too happy. He felt there was contact there between the 15 and the 1 as Mark Bramford took the lead. Now here comes Ben Johnson back into place. Smith and Philpott up with them as well. It's 5 for the lead now of this Heat 3 for Group D for the heavyweights category. Mark Bramford leads it. Been absolutely frantic all day in this kart race of champions today here at Buckmore Park. Bradley Philpott's just biding his time, maybe waiting to see if the front runners fall over each other. Through paddock bend, Mark Bramford on number 1, 15 of Robin Kassam in 2nd place, the 16 of Ben Johnson in 3rd. Down the hill they come out of Garda. Bramford trying to put clear air between himself and the pack. Over the line they come once again, and Robin Kassam make a move for the lead here, try and get the lead back in. We've had 3 different leaders in this race currently holding the 3 top positions. Bramford runs a little wide, but that'll put him on the correct line for the 2nd hairpin. Up the inside, Bradley Philpott trying to muscle his way past the 14 of Anwar Smith before. He's not going to get through there though. Robin Kassam really pushing our leader hard now. Now into the right-hander at the inside. Kassam gets the better run through paddock bend. Is he going to get the lead back there? 3 wide as they come into Garda. Johnson up the inside. Johnson's going to go past both of them. Great move by Ben Johnson, but Robin Kassam's fighting back. This is tremendous stuff. Side by side for the lead. Mark Bramford trying to bump draft his way back into the lead now. Smith, Philpott and the 11 of Mike Smith up there as well. 6 of them together for the lead. Ben Johnson has held it. That was a terrific bit of driving through Garda that time through. He's got the lead ahead of Mark Bramford, and Robin Kassam has been shuffled all the way back. Where's the 15 gone? He's back to about 4th place. He's got Bradley Philpott on his tail. He's going to lose another place at hairpin 2. Well, goodness me, Mike Smith's going to come through as well on the number 11 kart. This is terrific racing. Ben Johnson now got the lead ahead of Mark Bramford, 2nd on the number 1, and Anwar Smith, number 14, is 3rd. Leader runs wide over the curb there. Have to be careful, he doesn't pick up warnings for track limits there. Bradley Philpott is now in 4th place on the number 3. Can he make it 3 wins out of 3 from the back of the grid? Already won once from the back in Heat 2 with the reverse grid system being used. The results of Heat 1 reverse for the grid for Heat 2, and then again for Heat 3, the reverse of Heat 2 as we saw. Robin Kassam fighting back there, trying to take 5th place away. On the back of Mike Smith, and they're being closed down by number 17 of Chris Peabody as well. So it's all going wrong for Robin Kassam. He's gone from 1st place down to 6th. Your leader is Ben Johnson on the 16 kart, chased by number 1 Mark Bramford. Anwar Smith trying to take 2nd place away. Bradley Philpott just looking on behind them, as at the inside Anwar Smith, but Garda, that's the favoured passing place today. He takes 2nd away from Mark Bramford. And surely only a matter of time before Philpott launches his attack on these two. Into the last lap we go. Ben Johnson has broken away. Anwar Smith is busy defending, so that's let Johnson get away. Looks like he's going to win it. Mark Bramford trying to retake 2nd place, but Ben Johnson is heading for the win. Who's going to be 2nd is still to be resolved. Anwar Smith holds the place at the moment. Here comes Philpott. Makes a wide line through the hairpin there. Next in the order, Mike Smith ahead of Robin Kassam. Robin will feel like he has been robbed in this one after that schmozzle mid-race through, going shuffle back at the hairpins. Anwar Smith still hanging on grimly to 2nd place. Bradley Philpott up the inside, a last-ditch move at Garda. He's through past Mark Bramford into 3rd place. He's not going to get his hat-trick though. It is going to be a win for Ben Johnson on karts number 16. He takes the checkered flag. Johnson wins it. Anwar Smith 2nd. Philpott has to settle for 3rd this time. And then the rest of them swarm their way home. Another frantic display there in heat number 3 for Group D, won by number 16 Ben Johnson of Club 73. Club 100's Anwar Smith in 2nd. Bradley Philpott of VRKC takes 3rd place. Terrific race, 6 of them battling for the lead in that heat. We'll see the point standings in just a moment. Confirm the race results, but well done Ben Johnson, your race winner. He'll lead the field back into the pits. Brilliant race to win. Ben Johnson the winner by 1 second ahead of Smith, Philpott, Bramford, Mike Smith and Robin Kassam. A terrific 6-way battle for the lead there. Chris Peabody, Vinnie Young, Thomas Dowling the early leader, and Luke Hornsby rounding out the top 10. Lee Henderson, Buzz Newman and James Burling completing the finishers. Well, that means that I think Bradley Philpott will top the points with 2 wins and a 3rd place. Indeed he does, 8 points clear of Anwar Smith. Ollie Smith on the other half of the entry in 3rd ahead of Ashley West. Ben Johnson in 5th. The top 13 go through to the A final. Robin Kassam just getting in there. Well done indeed to our heavyweight category. Bradley Philpott leading the qualifiers. Top 13 into the A final, the next 13 into the B final.